Hello and welcome back to another episode of MTT Finance. In today's video, at the time of filming this, spring is upon us and summer is quickly approaching. And so I thought it would be a good idea in today's video to talk a little bit about how you can still have fun during the summer and warmer months and still stay on track with your budget. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about 4 key ways in which you can still have fun and enjoy your summer while staying on track with your budget. Most of these are money-saving tips based on things that we typically and traditionally do during the summer months, as well as ways in which you could be having a more budget mindset throughout the summer months. Before we begin, make sure if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and join the community. All right, let's get started with talking about the first way in which you can stay on target and save some money while still having fun during the summer months. When it comes to thinking about the summer months, something that comes to my head is that they are hot. And typically when it's hot outside, one of the things that we all love to do is go get ice cream. Unless of course you're lactose intolerant like myself, in which case you still go get ice cream regardless. It doesn't make a difference really. But typically during the summer months, something that's not totally uncommon to see is when you're driving by a roadside ice cream stand and people lined up to go get ice cream or going to an ice cream parlor or places like that. The thing is, especially in the year 2021, a lot of these ice cream places have very expensive ice cream. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you should not support your local business. You absolutely should. But so far, my wife and I have been to several different ice cream stands, and it's kind of hard to find something for under, I would say, $3.50 or $4. And my wife gets like the kiddie cone for everything. And if you're going to be going with a group of kids to go get ice cream, then that price can be driven way up because each one's cost is probably going to be over $4 for whatever they're getting. Instead of every time you want ice cream or you have a craving for ice cream, going to an ice cream stand and buying it there, instead of doing that, go to the store and buy ice cream from your local grocery store. When you buy it there, the gallon of ice cream, I saw the other day at Tops that a gallon of ice cream was $3. So that's already a little bit cheaper than what you would pay for 1 scoop of ice cream at an ice cream shop. You can get a gallon of ice cream there, which is already way more, it's already cheaper, and then you can go and buy ingredients, which, unless you're a crazy sundae person, are going to last you more than just one sundae. So not only is your purchase of ice cream at the store and the ingredients there going to go way farther and you're going to have leftover ice cream afterwards, you're also going to be saving yourself a ton of money, especially if you have a large family or you just really like ice cream and you want a ton of it. So tip number 1 here is to not go to an ice cream shop every time you have a craving for ice cream, but instead go to the store, get the ingredients, get the ice cream there, and now you can enjoy the ice cream from the comfort of your home or your front porch, and you can totally skip the long line at the ice cream shop. Moving on to the second way in which you can save big during the summer months and still have a good time is to plan budget-friendly vacations. Typically, most people go on vacation during the summer months, and that can also be a time where we start to spend more money because we're going on vacation, we're going to places that we haven't been before, and we sometimes feel the urge to, because we haven't been there, we may not ever return, we should just spend a ton of money while we're there, sometimes not even on smart things. So a way that you can stay on target during summer and still have a fun vacation is to center your vacation around experiences rather than just going and buying things at a place that you've never been to. So here's just a couple things that you can do that are either totally free or have a very low upfront cost, such as going to parks, going hiking, going camping, fishing, sightseeing to places that you've never been before, or even doing some wildlife watching. And the things I just mentioned are not only centered around saving money, but they're also based upon creating an experience and building lasting fun memories from these activities that you can do, as you don't need to spend a lot of money on vacation to have fun. In fact, when I look back over my life and vacationing with my family, some of my most favorite memories are things that we did that really didn't involve money It was more of just the experience of being together and experiencing something new that we normally couldn't at our own home. Another way in which you can save money while you go on vacation and still have a good budget during the summer months is to meal plan and meal prep when you go on vacation. One of the big driving factors that we have when we go on vacation in terms of the price is the food we consume. A lot of times when we go on vacation, we want to go to places that we've never been to. And especially if we go to a, let's say, touristy area, say near the beach, restaurants in that area typically have much higher prices than places that aren't really considered a big tourist location. And so if we go to those places, you can count on paying a lot extra for a restaurant that may not even be better than the restaurants you're used to in your own local hometown. And so a way that you can save a lot of money when you go on vacation is just to simply pack things in a cooler that you can then meal prep while you're either at your hotel or at an Airbnb or however you typically vacation and where you stay and lodge at. My advice with this one is to pack things that are sustainable, that don't always have to be frozen. And it doesn't have to be for every meal. Maybe you pick 2-3 nights of the week that you are going to go out and experience a restaurant that you've never been to. But the other nights, instead of just having to order food, which is going to be more expensive anyway, instead have some meals ready and prepared that you don't have to spend money on food every single night of your vacation. Moving on to tip number 3 of ways that you can be budget friendly during the summer months and still have fun enjoying the beautiful weather of the summer is to have backyard barbecues with your family or friends. So one of the things that we love doing during the summer months is cooking outside. Everyone loves doing that. They love to grill or cook on a campfire or something like that. But instead of having an outdoor gathering where you are responsible for all the food prepared and all the drink, instead what you can do is invite your friends over or invite your family over and instead commission everyone to bring at least one item, kind of like a potluck or something like that. And that way you are only responsible for where they're gonna be at and maybe a food item or a dessert item or a drink. And other people are responsible to bring something else that they can bring for themselves or to pass around to other people. That way the cost of the food is divvied up. And not only does this save you money on your grocery bill, but it can also be a lot of fun because everyone can also be responsible to bring their own yard game. So there's a lot of cheap games and a lot of fun games that you can play in your backyard. Some honorable mentions here, I wrote them down, are things like ladder ball, spike ball, that's a great option. Can jam, that's probably my favorite. And then I think there's a game, I think it's called Bottle Bash, similar to Can Jam, except you have to hit the bottle, not the can. And then cornhole, which I'm not a big fan of that one, but because I'm not good at it. But all of these things are ways in which you can not only save your money by not going and spending it all on a vacation at an amusement park, but they're ways in which you can build memories and experiences with your friends or family, doing fun and inexpensive things from the comfort and the freedom of your backyard. Moving on to the last item, the 4th tip in which you can save money during the summer months and still have a fun, budget-friendly summer. And before we talk about it, be sure, if you haven't already, I'm gonna remind you again, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. The 4th way in which you can save money during the summer months is to do more things that center around being out in nature. See, one of the cool things about nature is it doesn't really require us to spend money to view it or enjoy it. So here is just a simple list of things that you can do out in nature that either have very low startup costs or are totally free altogether. So number 1, you can plant a garden. This is something that is very near and dear to my heart. I love gardening. Seeds are super cheap. They're like 99 cents, sometimes even 50 cents. And so you can do that very easily. It's fun. You're outdoors. You're in the sun. Yes, I almost said sunny D. You're getting vitamin D. Planting a garden is something it can be very enjoyable and it's very low cost. The next thing you can do is go biking or walk a trail. In fact, a lot of cities have a walking tour that you can either download an app for or go pick up a map from your local town's resource center in which they have outlined a trail or a certain walking path through a city, exploring different historical sites, and maybe you can learn something about your city that you didn't even know beforehand because you were too busy leaving your city to go somewhere else and to spend money there. Instead, you can go on a walking tour in your own city and learn about it. The next thing you can do is you can go bird watching. Find yourself a buddy and go look at some birds. The other thing you can do that's totally free, and I didn't come up with this one, I actually saw on a list online, is you can people watch. So you can sit out on your porch and watch people go down the road, drive by your house. This one is totally free, but just don't be weird about it. The other thing you can do is an outdoor photo challenge with your friends. Basically, it's kind of like a scavenger hunt where you come up with a list of things that you have to take a picture of, and maybe over the course of a weekend, you and your friends, either if you're together or even remotely, you can take a picture of this and send it to each other. You know, who's the first one to find someone wearing a red hat? I don't know. But you can do a photo challenge and you have to all collaborate to see if you can complete a designated list of things that you have to take a picture of. Totally free. Just don't make the list things that you're going to get in trouble for taking a picture of. And the last thing I have here on the list of things that you can do outside in nature that are totally free, and that is you can be outside reading a book in a hammock. So if you have one of those, or even like a lawn chair, just spending more time outdoors, doing something as enjoyable as reading, something that's actually going to better your mind, and you can read a classic, literature, something like that, or you can read a book like a lot of the books that I've mentioned on here to help you better understand your finances. See the description down below for the ones that I recommend. Now, this is in no ways an exhaustive list of ways that you can save money and still have fun during the summer. In fact, I challenge you all, if you guys know some ways in which you guys save money during the summer months but still have fun while doing so, leave a comment down below. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, especially if you made it all the way to the very, very end of the video. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, stay safe, and see if you can put any of these ideas I mentioned to practice these coming summer months. Take care.